2019 Chevy Bolt. Probably the best bang for your buck electric car on the market right now, with a ticket price of just under $37,000, an EPA estimated range of 238 miles. It's a good option to consider when switching from a gas car. Fortunately, I got to test drive one last week, so here's what I thought about the affordable electric car from Chevrolet. First off, let's talk about the design of this car, specifically the motor and battery setup. The setup of this car reminded me a lot of a gas car, so when you pop the hood, everything to run the motor is right there. It's front wheel drive, so the motor's up front, and then the batteries that power the motor are on the bed of the car. It actually does have a standard 12-volt car battery in it as well, and that is to power all of the accessories in the car. So maybe not the most efficient design here, but it definitely gets the job done and will definitely make repairs a lot easier. Now if we hop into the interior, we are greeted with a ton of screens. So in the center we've got the main screen, which is the main way you interact with the car. You can also see a lot of information about your driving habits and just how much energy you're using when you are driving the car and using the accessories. This is also where it's going to show you your backup camera and a 360-degree augmented reality view of your car when it's moving around. Probably most important on the screen is your charging options, and this is when you can actually set how much you want to charge your battery up to, and this is really important for keeping your battery in good health. So your second screen is your dashboard, and this is where we're going to see basic information about the car, like your speed and estimated range remaining. Your third screen is probably the most interesting rear view mirror I've ever seen. And here you can choose from a standard rear view mirror that reflects, or you can use the backup camera with a wider field of view. This was a little weird to get used to, and if I owned the car, I would probably just keep it in the regular mirror mode. Rounding out the interior is the shifter, and this is all electronic, so you just move it like a joystick into the gear that you want to go. As for charging, like a lot of electric vehicles, you've got a couple options here. This car uses the J1772 charging port, and if you flip down the orange tab, you get the combo CCS port. Unfortunately, this is not standard, so you'll have to pay extra for that option. As for the ride itself, it was pretty enjoyable and about what I expected. Being an electric car is definitely zippy, but nowhere near as quick as the Tesla models I've driven. Unfortunately, this car doesn't have any autonomous driving features. However, it does have alerts for staying in your lane and blind spot monitors. So who exactly is this car for? And in my opinion, I think that's people that might be tentative switching from a traditional gas car. Like I said earlier, the setup of this car is very similar to that of a traditional gas car, so people feel right at home if they decide to make the switch and go electric. Even looking at the controls and the main interface of the car, this is very similar to what you'll see in other cars of today. So making the switch is definitely painless, and unlike switching to a Tesla car where you've got to completely learn a new OS, this will be very easy for people to switch over to. I think the best way to sum this car up is that it is a regular car, it just happens to run on a battery instead of gas. It's got a good range, so you're not going to have to worry about that like you do in some other electric vehicles. And the starting price is pretty friendly too. So if you're looking at electric vehicles, definitely check out the Chevy Bolts, and it might just be the car for you. Lastly, I just want to give a thank you to Smart Columbus for hosting me for the test drive. Their staff is always very knowledgeable and can help you out a lot in your electric car search. So if you want to learn more about their initiative, check out the link in the description below. They're doing a lot of cool things down there. And as always, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.